it's Jasmine, and I love Monster High. Because I love Monster High, I have decided to cosplay a few of the characters, and I plan on cosplaying more when I get the chance. So I've been thinking, wondering, like, what would my outfits look like on the Monster High characters if they were in like an alternate universe? So me being an artist, I decided to go and, you know, see what it would look like. So I decided to make some 2D art designs of the Monster High characters wearing the outfits that I cosplayed them in. So yeah, if you like the cosplays you see and you want to see more videos about them, all that stuff's in my TikTok, which is linked in the description. So let's get right into the video. The first character is Draculaura. So Draculaura was the first character that I drew for this little project, and I struggled a lot. I have not been drawing very much recently, apart from like the animations that I've been doing. So I really struggled with the body and everything. um, I hadn't yet decided if I was going to try to emulate the Monster High style or just draw them in my style, so I ended up doing like a mix of the two. I tried to make the stances very reminiscent of Monster High and the way that I drew the facial features as well. So yeah, as you can see, the design of Draculaura and my cosplay differ. There's like some similarities, but they're pretty different. But I think that this ended up being super cute. I didn't have a white skirt to cosplay her with, so I decided to go with white socks instead. Um, yeah, I think that the curly braids that I had just really added to it. I'm going to be honest, I really wasn't liking this design until I did the braids, and then once I did them, I was like, yeah. Yeah, I think it really pulled it all together. I think the pink roots going into the black is just a really cool take on her pink and black hair. So I decided to keep her background really simple. I added some bat wings because, you know, vampires, bats. And yeah, this is really cute. This looks like a wallpaper that someone would have, and I love that. So next we have Claudine. Now, Claudine was one of my top Monster High girlies. I loved her because well, one, she was obviously black coded, and I was starving for black representation as a kid. I thought she was just super cool and super slay. Yeah, she was just always one of my favorites. So since I was doing closet cosplays, meaning that I was just using clothes that I already had on hand, and my style is so different from Claudine's style, she ended up looking wildly different. I think this cosplay was the most different from the character out of all the characters that I'm drawn in this video. But I don't necessarily hate that. It is definitely kind of jarring seeing the two Claudines side by side, because one is very emo and the other one is she's giving like regular fashionista, almost kind of like a Leah Core type of thing. But yeah, I tried to implement a lot of animal like motifs into her design. Um, the tiger striped sweater, the cheetah print skirts, and I gave her ripped up tights because, you know, she's like a werewolf. I feel like those things go hand in hand. Also, in my cosplay, I gave her a tail because I was doing this partially by memory, and I remembered her having a tail, which she does not have, which is why I think it just also adds to this design looking so different, but I don't hate it. The next character that we have is Gulia Yelps. Now, Gulia was also one of my favorite characters. I think I liked her just a little bit more than Claudine because Gulia was blue. She was my favorite color, so I was like, yeah, I like her. I also liked that she was like the smart one, and she spoke a different language than everyone else, which I thought was really cool. Um, so when I was doing her design, I basically remember her being like very scene inspired in her wardrobe, so I wanted to try to incorporate that in my design. Um, A lot of the elements that she had in her design, I had things that were similar, not exact, but similar. So I put on my I Love Emo Girl shirt because I thought it was very fitting. And big difference in this design obviously is the hair. In my design I had braids and Gulia doesn't have braids, but I think that the braids were super cute. Like I really loved this design. This being my third drawing, I was starting to get a lot more comfortable. I started changing up the facial expressions and adding, I guess, like more nuances and things like that to just really add to the characterization of these alternate universe people. And yeah, I ended up loving this Julia Yelps one actually the most out of all of them. I just think that she looks so cute, and I think the braids really helped. Like, I think I might even like these braids more than Dracula's braids. I love it a lot. And I love this background as well. This is definitely the background that I put the most effort into. So last but not least, we have Scara Screams. Scara is a character that I honestly never really paid too much mind to when I was watching Monster High. I don't think I ever had a Scara doll, but her design is pretty iconic. I love the 60s inspiration. I love makeup and fashion from that time period. Um, Also, I really just did Scara because one, she's super slay, and two, I knew that I had clothes that were really similar to hers, and I ended up loving this cosplay. This was my favorite Monster High cosplay I think ever. This is also the cosplay that I think I looked most similar to the character. So Scara does look a tiny bit different than the other girls in terms of her body. When I originally did these designs, I had made up in my mind that I was going to give them diverse body types, but I think I forgot. I think I forgot about that like halfway through. And then I remembered with Scara, so I was like, oh my gosh, let me make her look a bit different. So she's like the tall, kind of thick one, and I think she's just so slay. I think you can tell that I was the most like comfortable and confident when I was doing this particular cosplay because, or I mean drawing. I think you could just tell it in the way that her body isn't as stiff as the others, and she just is, her pose is just giving like she knows she's that girl. And I love that for her, honestly. So yeah, this is Scara Screams, probably my second favorite drawing. Um, so yeah, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching if you did, and thank you for watching all the way to the end if you did. That makes me really happy. I have a little bonus drawing where I added them to the hallway of Monster High just to get a more realistic feel of what they would look like, and I'm very satisfied. I think that I did a really good job. I'd love to know what you guys think about these designs. Tell me what your favorite Monster High characters were. Did you watch Monster High? I would love to know all you guys' thoughts and feelings. So yeah, um, thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.